she's so fine. Helluva blows my mind. Helluva lights my day.
Police have released the name of a man killed outside a busy West Side Walmart. 24-year-old Jamontea Brown was found shot yesterday near the entrance to the store on Ferguson Road in Westwood. Brown's family shared this photo of him. The homicide left a lot of people panicked in the store and in the parking lot, and it has community activists outraged.
Still had these type of people out here not even thinking, not twice at all, that their grandmother could have been coming out behind that person.
Police have not released any information about a suspect. Walmart was shut down the rest of the day yesterday.
Shopping center turns into a crime scene this weekend. This after a deadly shooting outside a Walmart in Western Hills. This morning, we now know the name of the victim. WLWT News 5's Richard Childs has the latest on the investigation and how the community is reacting. Good morning, Richard.
Now, good morning. That victim's been identified as 24-year-old Jamontea Brown. This scene particularly chaotic, a shooting taking place in broad daylight in what can only be described as brazen. The shooting taking place here in this Walmart just outside of the front door of the building. Cincinnati Police continuing their active investigation at this time as this community reacts. Again, describing the shooting as ridiculous, brazen, and one that sends this store into a fury of chaos. The shooting again taking place while shoppers inside wrapping up holiday shopping, beginning, of course, what is a very busy holiday shopping season. For individuals in this community, though, they say this indicates the chaos of this gun violence in the city, which must come to an end.
It had to have been traumatizing, and then I can only imagine he's at Walmart getting food or something for his family. It's heartbreaking. It really is. If I lost my dad or brother or son like that, it would hurt, and I'm sorry that happened, especially right after the holidays.
Now again, Cincinnati Police continuing their investigation at this time. No suspect information has been released. Continuing again as they process this scene, they do say that there is surveillance camera video, which is in this parking lot. A lot of witnesses again. So Cincinnati Police actively continue this investigation, asking anyone with information regarding this latest homicide to contact Crime Stoppers at number 513-352-3040. Reporting live this morning, Richard Childs, WLWT News 5.
What's good, guys? This story is coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I was contacted by this young man's family member who told me all about this incident, and I wanted to do a story because it is so infuriating. Now, this incident happened on November the 27th, which would have been the Saturday following Black Friday. Family, friends, mourn young father shot to death at Western Hills Walmart. Family members are devastated a day after a man was shot to death at a West Side Walmart. They gathered at the scene for a memorial on Sunday. Community advocates said the senseless violence must come to a stop. Investigators haven't yet named suspects or said what led to the shooting. Cincinnati Police told WLWT they had no updates in the case on Sunday, but witnesses are rattled, family members are heartbroken, and advocates say it's time to drop the guns. The one that pulled the trigger, that your time is going to run out, Mitch Morris said. Morris is part of the Cincinnati Works Phoenix program. Another deadly shooting in broad daylight in Cincinnati. Community advocates like Morris know there's searing pain in the community. This I don't care attitude has got to stop. So we need to touch the young folks, whoever's doing this, and touch their heart and let them see that that's not the way that we should be living, he said.
Because there's so much we have to tackle here, y'all.
With a group looking at ways to prevent another tragedy.
A lot of people got traumatized with that.
Members of the East Westwood Community Council are talking about a deadly shooting that happened outside of a Walmart during Thanksgiving weekend.
People are shooting, having these shootings where there's innocent people are gathering around. You know what I mean? What's going on?
The group meets each week, but after Saturday's shooting, they're calling for change even more.
It's upsetting, especially when we try to work so hard to bring good to the community to see this stuff happen. It's kind of upsetting. I just wish that we see more people in an uproar.
Some of their plans involve getting more people in this room, especially employees at the Walmart where the shooting happened.
We need to get them at the round table and then walk away with some work to do.
And those who work closely with children.
I think that's a good idea, like bringing everybody together.
Yeah.
It could be the athletic directors, the coaches, the community leaders, the administrators, you know what I'm saying? Because them are all people that's effective.
Exactly.
We have a lot of deep issues, so it's not anything that can happen overnight or next year. I think we have a large amount of guns on the street, which that's going to take time to get out the streets. I also think that we need to hold parents accountable as well for their children. We also need to work with the community and the police.
These meetings are held every Wednesday at 7 p.m., and they're encouraging everyone to start attending. Reporting for WCPO 9 News, I'm Kendra LaFleur.
Investigators said the shooting happened at the Walmart on Ferguson Road in Western Hills on Saturday afternoon, and it happened at around 3:30 p.m. It claimed the life of Jamontea Brown, 24, according to Cincinnati Police. Police told WLWT he was shot in the head just before 3:30 p.m. On Sunday, family and friends gathered at the store for a heartbreaking memorial. A woman who said he is the father of her child told us he loved his son.
24-year-old father of 4-month-old is shot and killed outside of the Western Hills Walmart. His family is talking to us about it. Mike Shell is live outside that store in Western Hills. So, Mike, I know we talked a little bit at 4 o'clock. What else do you have here?
And Tricia, Jamontea Brown's family says this was a senseless murder on Saturday. Now, a vigil was held yesterday, but today a woman who says she is the mother of Brown's infant son says she came here to grieve. Police responded to the Walmart around 3:30 Saturday afternoon and found 24-year-old Jamontea Brown with a gunshot wound. They say he died at the scene.
I don't know how I'm going to go on without him. His son was his whole life. He took my son, father.
Sheila Roberts says she didn't even know that Jamontea had come up to the Walmart where she works.
I just know shots rang out. He was laying in front of me. And whoever did it, bro, y'all don't know what y'all did, bro. He ain't deserve this.
Sheila says at first she didn't realize the victim was her young son's father until she got a little closer.
I knew it was him. And all I could do is watch him leave me in my arms. I could do nothing about it.
The shooting not only happened in the middle of the afternoon, but so close to Cincinnati Police District 3 headquarters that the two buildings share the same parking lot.
From what I gather, he turned his back and walked away. He was arguing with somebody and he turned his back and walked away.
Jerome Brown says when he heard that his son had been shot, he threw his phone against the wall.
He loved his son. Great dad, great son.
My son is his twin, like his twin.
Sheila says Jamontea had just gotten his LLC to start a business and was going to call it Spoiled Kid.
So, baby colon line. I don't know where he got the idea from, but he wanted his son to be the face of the brand.
Sheila says she knows she has to be strong now for her infant son.
He only 4 months. He don't even know. He don't even know. All he knows is his daddy's face and voice. But I gotta make sure he remember that.
Now, Cincinnati police have not released any information on the suspect. I reached out to Assistant Chief with the department today, have not heard back. Anyone with information about this murder is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 513-352-3040. Reporting live from Westwood, Mike Shell, Fox 19 Now.
Mitch Morris knows this type of loss. I just went through this a couple of weeks ago myself, and it's a heartfelt thing, so I want to tell them I'm sorry that happened to their child and that we're out here doing everything we can to fight against this, he said. Morris said there are a lot of guns out on the streets, leading to more of these shootings. He wants to keep working to get guns out of young hands. As more people mourn the loss of a young father shot to death, he has a message for the shooter. You're hurting many families once you pull a trigger and shoot, kill. Whatever you was mad about, You know, it wasn't worth the family that you just hurt, Morris said. So far, despite numerous requests, Cincinnati police have not elaborated on if the shooting was random or targeted, what led up to the gunfire, or if video exists showing the suspect or suspects. Morris also said it's important to remember that there are a lot of young people out in the community doing good work to try to curb the violence.
Community advocates say the senseless violence must end. WLWT News 5's Dan Griffin is live at Cincinnati Police headquarters, where investigators have yet to name any suspects or say what led to this shooting. Dan?
Well, that's right, Molly. Cincinnati police tell me, at least at this point, they have no new updates, but witnesses are rattled, family members are heartbroken, and community advocates say it's time to put those guns down.
The one that pulled the trigger, that your time is going to run out.
Another deadly shooting in broad daylight in Cincinnati, and community advocates like Mitch Morris with the Cincinnati Works Phoenix program know there's searing pain in the community.
This I don't care attitude has got to stop. So we need to touch the young folks, whoever's doing this, and touch their heart, man, and let them see that that's not the way that we should be living.
Investigators say the shooting happened at this Walmart on Ferguson Road in Western Hills on Saturday afternoon. It claimed the life of 24-year-old Jamontea Brown. Police tell WLWT he was shot in the head just before 3:30. On Sunday, family and friends gathered at the store for a heartbreaking memorial. A woman who says he's the father of her child told us he loved his son. Morris knows this type of loss.
I just went through that a couple weeks ago myself, and it's a heartfelt thing, man. So I want to tell them I'm sorry that happened to their child, and that we're out here doing everything we can to fight against it.
Morris says there are a lot of guns out on the streets, leading to more of these shootings. He wants to keep working to get guns out of young hands. As people mourn the loss of a young father shot to death, he has a message for the shooter.
You hurt many families once you pull a trigger and shoot, kill, whatever you was mad about. You know, it wasn't worth the family that you just hurt.
All right, we still have plenty of questions about what happened here, and so far, despite numerous requests, Cincinnati police have not told us if this shooting is considered random or targeted, if there's video showing the suspect or suspects. They also haven't told us what led up to the gunfire. And speaking to Mitch Morris, who you saw in the report there, he tells me it is important to remember there are a lot of young people out there doing good things to try to stop this violence in the streets. We're live at CPD headquarters. Dan Griffin, WLWT News 5.
Anyone with information about this homicide is asked to call the Cincinnati Police Department's Homicide Unit at 513-352-3542. Now, as I said, I was contacted by a family member, Jamontea Brown, more affectionately known as Monte, had been to the Walmart on Ferguson Road, went into the store, and he took a video while inside of that store. And although it's very, very brief, I do want to show it, and I'm going to try to slow it down so that you can see it, and I'll probably show it on the screen now. But that's possibly a big clue. Who knows? But once he got done inside the Walmart there on Ferguson Road, when he exited the store, that's when he was shot in the head outside of the home and garden section of the entrance. As you heard, his son's mother, Miss Sheila, worked there at the store. Unfortunately, she had to witness the aftermath of what had happened to her son's father. This man had goals, aspirations, and was acting on them. Okay, he had just got his LLC. But what really pisses me off about this story is you grow up thinking that because you live by the police station or you shop by the police station that you're safe. You're not. This is a very good case to show you that you're not. This Walmart, and I'm going to show you on the screen using Google Maps just how close this Walmart is to the police station. Not only is it just close to the police station, you have a Walmart there, you have PetSmart, you have a Hallmark store, you have a Kroger, and you have the police station. Now, they said that they do have surveillance. One would think you definitely have surveillance. You have in-store surveillance at Walmart. You have surveillance from the parking lot of Walmart. You possibly have parking lot surveillance from PetSmart, the Hallmark store, Kroger, as well as the police station. Now, you cannot tell me that these police officers did not see who exited that store, who drove away, what they were driving, and even the damn license plate number. Come on with the jokes. And they're always preaching this community involvement, community policing. You are situated in the community, right smack dab in the community, and you can't solve a case feet from your doorstep? Come on, man. We got to do better. Got to do better. The activist talking to the community, that's great. That needs to happen. But pressure needs to be put on this police department. They should have already named a suspect. We're almost a month into this now. They should have already named a suspect and already should have caught him. If you want to be 100 about it, let's keep it a buck. They should have already caught this guy. You pull off a brazen shooting like that in broad daylight at Walmart, and you telling me there ain't no witnesses? Come on, man. Not even trying to hear it. So I definitely wanted to bring this story to the channel. This case needs justice. Jamontea Brown needs justice. He had a 4-month-old son that he adored. It's not right. And I want to do a follow-up and keep you guys updated because the Cincinnati Police Department needs to get on the ball, get their heads out of their asses, and solve this case. And I'm going to end the story on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.
Stop.
Still in the cell. Mom just strong woman trying to keep me from out of jail, but a nigga was hard headed.